After the COVID-19 pandemic, many families across Ontario experienced significant financial disruption. As a single parent, I find the pressure especially difficult, balancing income loss, rising living costs, and the responsibility of keeping a home stable for my children. This is my personal experience working with a private mortgage lender, Opono Lending Company, license number 112644, address 675 Cochrane Drive, North Tower, Suite 110, Markham, Ontario, L3R0B8, during a period of financial vulnerability. Like many others, my household is hit hard by the financial aftermath of COVID-19. My income is unstable, and my credit has deteriorated, leaving me in a vulnerable position as I work to keep our home secure. I enlisted a mortgage broker's guidance, and upon her advice, I turned to Opono for a private mortgage. In all honesty, I believed this mortgage broker had my best interests at heart, and that this short-term solution will stabilize my situation and help me protect my home. Before signing, I raised concerns about working with Opono after reading troubling reviews on their Google page. My mortgage broker dismisses them, saying it's just people who didn't make their payments on time. On my broker's advice, I feel reassured. If I make every payment consistently and on time, the mortgage stays in good standing, and renewal options are available when the time arrives. Relying on that guidance, I signed the agreement before the 24-hour window she mentioned expired. For 17 consecutive months, I prioritize my mortgage payments above all else. As a single parent, every dollar is accounted for, and ensuring our home is secure is my primary financial goal. I made every single payment to Opono on time, without fail or interruption, building what I believe is a record of trust and reliability. With my renewal date approaching in July, I knew I had to be proactive. To avoid any last-minute stress and ensure there is no disruption to my housing stability, I began the communication process several months early. On April 28th, over 2 months before the deadline, I formally reached out to Opono to begin the renewal process, clearly stating my intention to continue our relationship. I quickly received a response, and to quote, "Good morning. Since your mortgage is maturing on July 1st, 2026, the renewal offer will be prepared and sent out by end of next month. Thanks." At that time, I feel reassured. I have done my part, and I believe the process is proceeding normally and in good faith. As May approaches its end, I waited for clarity, watching the days slip by, the clock ticking while I anticipate the promised renewal details. In the weeks after our first exchange, communication drifts, and the renewal paperwork I expected didn't arrive within the timeframe discussed. Each day passed with less clarity, and uncertainty steadily grew. On June 3rd, uncertainty turns to alarm as I received a reply to my second email in the form of formal non-renewal notice from Opono in writing. The letter stated the mortgage matures on July 1st, 2026, requiring repayment of the full outstanding balance $184,390.24 by that date. That leaves me roughly 30 days to secure alternative financing. As a single-income household, this created an intense, time-sensitive crunch. Childcare, groceries, and utilities already strain my budget, leaving almost no buffer for sudden costs. With such short notice, options compress, risks rise, and fair refinancing terms become far harder to find within the window I am given. During this same period, I filed formal complaint to FSREO, reached out to Opono requesting consideration, went back to the broker I dealt with to appeal my case, revised terms appear, and they feel punitive. The proposal raises the monthly payment to $2,157.79, an amount that significantly exceeds what my budget can reasonably absorb. Also, new fees are now proposed that includes lender, walkthrough fees, appraisal costs. After paying thousands of dollars in borrowing costs and maintaining a perfect payment history, I believed I had earned at least a meaningful opportunity to explore renewal options before facing a July 1st deadline. At this stage, I am deeply concerned about the possibility of losing my home and the equity I have built. This isn't just a number on a page. It represents years of hard work and the only financial safety net I have for my family. The thought of it all vanishing is terrifying. What makes this situation especially difficult is that the housing market has shifted. A lower appraisal doesn't just reduce a home's value on paper, it can eliminate refinancing options entirely. That happens with only days remaining before a mortgage maturity date. Homeowners like me can find ourselves facing a financial cliff with very few paths forward. If unresolved, my situation can result in legal enforcement processes, including power of sale, which would ultimately lead to the loss of my home. This threat hangs over everything. I have been a good, on-time paying customer for 17 months, yet when I need support, I feel completely disregarded. For me, this is not only a financial issue, but also a matter of stability and security for my children. A home is more than just an asset. It's where my kids feel safe, where they have their friends, their school, their entire world. The potential disruption to their lives is my biggest fear. I paid thousands of dollars to secure financing that I believed would help me save my home. The irony is that shortly after signing with Apono, the previous second mortgage company sent me renewal, but by then the fees had already been paid, the costs had already been incurred, and there was no turning back. I know my experience is not unique. Many individuals in Ontario facing financial hardship turn to private lending solutions and then find themselves navigating tight timelines, higher costs, and limited refinancing options. I share my experience as a personal account, so it contributes to a broader conversation about consumer protection and the vulnerabilities some homeowners face after financial disruption. This is about awareness, transparency, and protecting housing stability for families.